Arjun often told his friends that marrying Meera was the greatest victory of his life. She was stunning. Her long black hair, delicate smile, and the way she carried herself made every head turn. Whenever they entered a party together, he could feel eyes following her, whispers blooming in the corners. At first, Arjun felt proud. She was his wife, his partner, the woman who chose him. But as time passed, that pride started to twist into something darker. The attention she received from strangers, smiles from waiters, lingering stares from neighbors, even the harmless compliments of his own friends started to eat at him. Meera, however, remained calm, almost too calm. She never seemed affected, never even acknowledged the attention, but her silence only made Arjun suspicious. One evening, Arjun came home early from work. The house was quiet, the curtains drawn. He stepped into the living room and froze. On the coffee table lay two glasses, one still wet with lipstick, the other half filled with whiskey. His heart hammered. "Meera?" he called out. She appeared from the bedroom a moment later, dressed casually, her hair tied up, smiling as though nothing was wrong. "You're home early," she said. Arjun's eyes darted toward the glasses. "Were you expecting someone?" Her eyes flicked at the table, and for a second, just a second, he thought he saw panic. Then she smiled again. "Oh, Radhika came by. We had coffee. She left in a hurry." "Coffee?" Arjun asked, pointing at the whiskey glass. Meera laughed lightly, but it sounded forced. "I poured myself a little. Long day." The explanation didn't sit right with him, but he nodded, pretending to believe her. Yet that night, he couldn't sleep. He kept hearing the clink of glasses, kept imagining a shadowy figure slipping out of the house just before he arrived. The days that followed only deepened his doubts. Meera began dressing up more often, even when she wasn't going anywhere. She started keeping her phone close, silencing notifications with a casual swipe. Once, he overheard her laughing on a call, a laugh he hadn't heard in weeks. Suspicion gnawed at him. He tried to catch her off guard, checking her phone when she was in the shower, asking her sudden questions about where she'd been. But Meera was always one step ahead. Her phone was locked, her answers smooth, her smile unshakable. One Sunday afternoon, Arjun pretended to leave for work. Instead, he parked his car a few lanes away and watched their house. Hours passed. Then, around 4 p.m., he saw Meera step out, dressed in a flowing red sari he had never seen before. She looked breathtaking. His stomach tightened. She walked quickly down the street and got into a waiting cab. Arjun followed in his own car, heart pounding.
The cab wound through the city until it stopped outside a high-end hotel. Meera stepped out, glanced around, and disappeared inside. Arjun's mouth went dry. A hotel. His worst fear was unfolding. He followed her in, trying to remain unnoticed. The lobby was grand, filled with people. He kept his distance as she took the elevator. He rushed up the stairs, 2 at a time, and arrived just in time to see her stepping into room 607. His chest tightened. For several minutes, he stood frozen, rage and heartbreak colliding. Then he knocked. The door opened slowly. Meera's eyes widened, shock flashing across her face. Behind her, Arjun expected to see another man, tall, handsome, smirking at his misery. But instead, he found a room filled with flowers, candles, and a table set for 2. "Arjun, you weren't supposed to see this yet," Meera whispered. "What? What is this?" His voice cracked.
She sighed, stepping aside. "It's our anniversary tomorrow. I wanted to surprise you. I've been planning this for weeks." Arjun's gaze swept the room. The red sari, the secrecy, the hidden phone calls. He suddenly noticed the cake box on the table, the gift bag with his name on it. I wanted everything to be perfect, Meera said softly. That's why I was so secretive. I didn't want you to find out. His throat burned. He felt foolish, guilty. All his suspicions, his sleepless nights, his doubts, they crashed down on him. I thought you were. He couldn't finish. Mira's eyes glistened, not with anger, but with something gentler. You thought I was betraying you. Arjun lowered his head. Yes. Silence stretched between them. Then, unexpectedly, Meera smiled faintly. You're jealous. Maybe that means you still care. Her words stung, but also warmed him. He realized he had been so consumed by fear of losing her that he had stopped appreciating her love. That night they sat together in the candlelit room, sharing cake, sipping wine, and laughing, truly laughing, for the first time in months. But as Arjun leaned back, watching her smile in the soft glow, a strange thought crept into his mind. If Meera could plan something so elaborate without him ever suspecting, what else could she be hiding? The suspicion didn't vanish. It only curled deeper into his heart, quiet and waiting.